Hello, friends. Pour in a little vegetable oil, just enough to cover the bottom. Friends, I'd be so happy to hear where you're from. Let me know your city, country, and if you're in the US, your state too. And add a small piece of butter. Let the butter slowly melt and foam. When it melts together with the oil, you get that rich flavor of butter, but without burning it. Now take a bowl. Place in 600 to 700 grams of chicken thighs. Sprinkle them with salt, black pepper, and paprika. Use your hands to mix everything very well. Make sure every piece is coated in spices. When the seasoning is spread evenly, each bite tastes just as good as the next one. By now, the pan is hot and ready. Gently lay the chicken thighs into the pan in a single layer. You should hear that pleasant sizzle. That means the pan is at the right temperature. Let the chicken cook on one side until it turns golden, then flip and brown the other side. Don't rush and don't move them too often. This is how we get a beautiful crust and lock in the juices. When both sides are nicely browned, remove the thighs from the pan and set them aside on a plate. We'll bring them back soon. If something is unclear in the recipe, just leave a comment, and I'll answer as soon as possible. While the chicken rests, slice one red onion into half rings. Try to keep the slices even so they soften at the same pace. Red onion isn't just pretty, it's full of natural antioxidants that help our bodies fight inflammation. My grandmother always said that a little red onion keeps the family strong through the seasons, and she added it to almost everything. Liking this video would be appreciated. It's a great way to show your support. Add the onion straight into the same pan. If the pan looks a bit dry, you can add just a drop more oil. Stir the onion and let it fry gently. Now, finely chop 3 cloves of garlic. Take your time here. The smaller the pieces, the richer the flavor. Garlic has been a kitchen treasure for generations, strengthening the immune system and adding warmth to any dish. Friends, if you enjoy what you see, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for similar recipes in the future. Add the garlic to the pan and stir. The smell right now is that classic home kitchen aroma: onion, garlic, and butter. So simple, and yet it always feels like comfort. Next, slice 6 mushrooms. You can cut them into slices or quarters. The main thing is to keep the pieces similar in size so they cook evenly. Mushrooms bring a gentle, earthy flavor and are full of minerals that are good for our body. Add them to the pan. Mix with the onion and garlic. Let them cook until they soften and release their juices. Now sprinkle in 2 tablespoons of flour. This is what will thicken our sauce. Stir everything very well so the flour coats the mushrooms and onion and doesn't clump. Let it cook for about a minute. Raw flour taste disappears when it warms up a little. Slowly pour in 1 1/4 cups or 300 milliliters of broth, letting it flow in a thin stream. This helps the flour dissolve smoothly and keeps the sauce velvety. When the broth is mixed in, pour in 3/4 cup or 200 milliliters of cream. Stir well. The sauce becomes creamy, velvety, and thicker as it warms. If you see it bubbling too strongly, lower the heat. We want a gentle simmer, not a boil. Now, add a little more salt. Then, black pepper. Remember, the sauce should be tasty already before we return the chicken. Now place the browned chicken thighs back into the pan, right into that creamy mushroom sauce. Spoon some sauce over the top of each piece so they're covered nicely. Cover the pan with a lid. Turn the heat down to low and let everything simmer gently for 20 to 25 minutes. Take a small saucepan and pour in water. Add 180 grams of rice, 1 teaspoon of salt. Give it a little stir so the rice doesn't stick to the bottom. Cover with a lid and cook over low heat until the rice is soft and fully done. You can check by tasting 1 grain. It should be tender but not mushy. Now add a little vegetable oil into a frying pan. Then a small piece of butter. While the butter melts and the oil warms up, finely chop 1 white onion. The moment your knife touches it, that gentle sweetness fills the air, the same scent that always feels like the start of a cozy home-cooked meal. Add the onion to the pan. Fry gently, stirring now and then until it becomes soft and slightly golden. Next, finely chop 1 red bell pepper. The bright color and natural sweetness of bell pepper always make a dish look and taste more joyful, and it's full of vitamin C. Add it to the onion in the pan. Fry together for a couple of minutes, just until the pepper softens a little, but still keeps some freshness. Now add the cooked rice into the pan with the onion and pepper. Stir everything gently so the vegetables are mixed through the rice. Season with a little salt, black pepper, and some paprika. Mix one more time and turn off the heat. The rice is ready, warm, colorful, and full of gentle flavor. By this time, the chicken should be almost done. Finely chop a small bunch of parsley. Fresh parsley not only adds a beautiful green color, but also vitamin C and a fresh note that balances the creaminess. Sprinkle the parsley right into the pan with the chicken and sauce. Cover with a lid and let it cook for just a few more minutes. This little pause helps the flavors come together. Now it's time to serve. Place 1 or 2 chicken thighs onto a plate. Don't forget to spoon plenty of that creamy mushroom sauce over the top. This is where so much flavor lives. Then add a generous portion of the warm vegetable rice next to it. The creamy chicken, the soft mushrooms, the gentle sweetness of onion and pepper, and the colorful rice. All together, they make a plate that looks inviting and tastes like real home cooking. And there we are. Tender chicken thighs in a creamy mushroom sauce with simple, flavorful vegetable rice. I hope this recipe brings the same warmth and joy to your table as it brings to mine. Thank you for cooking with me today, but that's not all. I have a second equally delicious recipe for you. Letting half a stick, or 60 grams, of butter slowly melt until it turns soft and fragrant. Then, finely chop 4 ounces, or 120 grams, of fresh spinach. Those tender green leaves are full of iron, vitamins A and C, and a natural boost of energy that makes any dish feel a little healthier. Add it right into the pan. Listen to that gentle sizzle. That's always the moment I feel the dish truly begins. fry the spinach lightly until it softens. Now, grate 3 cloves of garlic on a mini grater. Fresh garlic always sends up that cozy, familiar aroma, the kind that makes people wander in from the other room asking, "What smells so good in here?" Add it to the pan and stir gently. Next, pour in 3 fluid ounces, or 90 milliliters, of heavy cream. Mix it well so the cream coats the spinach beautifully. Then add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Stir again. This will help thicken our filling. Now grate 5 ounces, or 150 grams, of Parmesan cheese. Those soft, salty shavings melt like a dream, adding that rich, comforting flavor that makes any creamy filling taste a little more special. Add it straight in. Let everything cook for 3 to 5 minutes until the mixture becomes creamy and smooth. It already smells like comfort. Now let's turn to the chicken. Take 4 chicken breasts and slice them lengthwise, just like I show in the video. Cover them with plastic wrap. Give each piece a light tap on one side, just enough to even out the thickness, without smashing the chicken flat. Sprinkle with 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Flip them over and repeat on the other side. Now spread that warm spinach filling over each piece of chicken. Roll them tightly, like little stuffed envelopes full of flavor, the kind my grandmother used to tuck together on quiet Sunday afternoons. Lay out some bacon strips on a plate. Wrap each chicken roll with a strip of bacon. Bacon gives the rolls a beautiful crispness and keeps them juicy inside. Place the rolls into a baking dish and bake in a preheated oven at 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. While the chicken bakes, let's prepare the yams. Place 3 large yams into a pot. Cover with water. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. Cover with a lid and cook over low heat for about 30 minutes after the water begins boiling. You will know they're ready when a knife slides in easily. Finely chop 1 onion. Take your time here. As soon as the knife touches it, that familiar, gentle aroma rises up. The one that always reminds me of the start of a cozy home-cooked meal. Onions are such a simple ingredient, but they build the entire foundation of flavor. Melt half a stick or 60 grams of butter in a frying pan. Add the onion in. Let it sizzle softly and cook until it turns tender and translucent, releasing sweetness into the butter. While the onion cooks, finely chop 7 or 8 mushrooms. I always love this moment, the soft tap of the knife, the earthy scent of fresh mushrooms filling the air. Mushrooms bring that deep, comforting flavor we all know from childhood stews and holiday roasts, and they're full of minerals that do our bodies good too. add them to the pan and give everything a good stir. Season with half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of oregano. Stir again. Then pour in 4 fluid ounces, or 120 milliliters of heavy cream. Mix well. Add 1 tablespoon of flour and keep stirring. This helps the sauce thicken beautifully. Cook for about 5 to 7 minutes until the mushrooms are tender and the sauce has become creamy and rich. Now, remove the chicken rolls from the oven for a moment. Slice 10 to 12 cherry tomatoes in half. Their bright red color always feels like a little burst of sunshine on the cutting board, and that fresh, juicy scent as you slice them instantly lifts the mood in the kitchen. Place them right on top of the rolls. Spoon the mushroom sauce over the chicken and the tomatoes. Grate 7 ounces, or 210 grams, of cheddar cheese. Sprinkle it all over the top. Return the dish to the oven and bake for 15 more minutes until the cheese melts into a golden, bubbly layer. While that finishes, peel the yams. As you're working, you'll notice how naturally sweet and bright they are. Yams are full of fiber, vitamin A, and gentle, steady energy. They've always felt like one of those ingredients that take care of you while you cook with them. Now, slice them into thick rings. Arrange those bright golden pieces of yams on a serving plate. Next, take the chicken rolls out of the oven. Place a few rolls beside them. And there you have it, bacon-wrapped chicken rolls with creamy mushroom sauce and sweet yams, the tender chicken, the rich filling, the crisp bacon, the soft yams. It all comes together into a meal that feels warm, generous, and made with love. I hope this recipe brings the same joy to your table as it brings to mine. Thank you for cooking with me today. Until next time, happy cooking